Hello, welcome to Living Arts. I'm your host, Jackie Suarez. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight we're going to be talking to Qu-Boii and the Eclectic Paradise, an awesome band that I have discovered right here in Peekskill. As usual, there's a lot of great things that are popping up in Peekskill. And tonight to talk with us, we have Qu-Boii, Sandra Livingston, and Phil St. George. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I've been looking forward to this, and I'll just give the audience a little background. A friend of the show and a friend of mine, Priscilla Augustine of Z Recording Studio, gave me a call and kind of gave me a heads up that she had some wonderful talent on her new label. So I was totally excited to come and meet you guys and get to hear your story. So we'll start with, I guess, how the band got started. So who'd like to break that down for me?
Well, I'll start. The band got started I've been working with Z Studios, Priscilla. I've been there for about 2 years now. So I've been, as an artist within myself, I've been growing. So they started to take a notice to me, and I took a notice to them. So we came together, and then we just started working together. And then they came up with an idea that let's have your own concert here at 12 Grace in town. I was like, that's a great idea, because I've been working, and I've just been performing in Peekskill since I was a kid. So I was like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? We need a band, we need a background vocalist, we need everything. This has to be it's my first show, so it has to be great. So I knew Philson from Eclectic Paradise I've known him for a while, and I performed with him a couple months back, and I was like, yo, we got the band right here. So we came together about 2-3 months ago, and we just been grinding hard.
So what was happening at the studio? Why were you going into the studio? Were you recording something?
Yeah, I was recording. I started to record myself. I started doing like videos on YouTube, getting my name out there, recording my own tracks, trying to work on a mixtape, and just get my name out there and just start perfecting my craft.
Yeah, so just reading your bio and just reading some things that I saw in the press about you, you've been performing pretty much since you were young.
Yeah, I've been performing since I was about 2 years old. I started out at my Lebanon Baptist Church here in Peekskill in the youth choir, and ever since then I've just been in the church life. So I've been at the choir after choir. In elementary school, I was in the school choirs, middle school choirs, high school choirs, plays, just all around performer.
Okay, so did you do anything, I guess, professionally? Because I guess you were in theater as well.
Yeah, I did Peekskill had a drama club, so I did The Wiz. I played the Lion.
Okay.
Back when I was in like 6th grade, and then after that, when I went to middle school, I played in the play called Shenandoah down at the Irvington Town Hall Theater.
Oh, okay.
I was it was a old time film, about back in the day during the war, Virginia. I was the slavery had just been ended, and then I did also the play called Pearly. So I was just mostly background, just dancing, in the background, just things like that.
So have you had any vocal training, or I guess doing any type of acting as well?
Yeah, I went to WCC, Westchester Community College, and I took an acting class. And I've also been working with Eve Soto. She's my vocal coach. I've been working with her.
I've interviewed her.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So, she's great.
And I saw her at BB King's as well.
Yes, I performed at her show, 2 of her shows.
Oh, okay. The one that happened, I guess, recently?
Yeah, the one that was August 17th and the one at May 31st. I performed there too. But she's my vocal coach. I've been working with her since about November. Z Studios actually brought her to me. So I've been working with her, and she's helped me tremendously. Tremendously. My voice has changed. And it's through her and by the grace of God and just building my confidence in myself. So where
do you see, I guess, so last, Sandra, why don't you give our audience a little background on how you got started? And I know that you do percussion.
Right.
Which is kind of like the cornerstone of the whole band.
Yes.
So this is actually a separate group. You guys just recently got together, the Qu-Boii and the Eclectic Paradise, but the Eclectic Paradise was together prior to that.
Yes.
Well, I just actually joined the Eclectic Paradise 2 months ago. Philson approached me and asked me, did I want to come and join? They needed a percussionist. And I was like, yes, definitely. I mean, I've been playing for a long time. I was a music major in college, and I majored in voice. And so I transitioned over. But prior to college, I was doing drumming since high school. I was in a high school marching band. I've been a drummer forever. My father played percussions, and so I just kind of like looked at him and watched, and I wanted to play and do whatever he did. So I started picking up percussions when I was really, really little.
You had an ear for it.
Yes, yes. but started singing and doing those kinds of choirs and gospel choirs and concert choirs. Toured with the choir. That was my first time coming to New York. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
So I've been living in New York for, this is 13 years now. I moved
wow.
here 2 weeks after 9/11.
I guess
So-
you made those arrangements prior to finding.
I made them arrange. I had come up in the summer to do a gig with a friend of mine. She's a great flute player named Cheryl Lynn Skinner, and so we were promoting her CD. And at that time, I stood by the Brooklyn Bridge, and I just said, "I'm coming back." I had no idea how or when, but I just said, "I'm going to come back." And 2 months later, I wound up coming here, and I've been here ever since. And it's constantly evolving. Things have been happening that just I can't even begin to tell you everything that's happened to me since I've been here. But
So what was kind of, I guess, the main way that you made a living, I guess, as a musician, but when did the drumming become, I guess, your main focus, or
Well-
the percussion?
Well, actually, I'm a registered nurse.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I've made my living, predominantly made my living, but I've always had music. I've played background for my sister, who's a vocalist, and she's still in Kentucky, and another lady who I've backed up for a long time, she's also in Kentucky. So I've been playing and doing background work and, backing up other people, but in the process, I've been writing my own music. And I just decided I wanted to make the transition from nursing to music, completely transition
Full-time,
over.
yeah.
Full-time.
It's a bit, big decision.
It's it's a commitment, but it's one that's my passion. So
Yeah, got to follow your heart.
exactly.
What do they say? Like, do what
Exactly.
you love and the money will follow?
Right, exactly.
Right from my lips.
Or do what you love and you never work a day in your life.
Amen. Okay.
You know what? Maybe it's my imagination, but it seems as though like drumming has had like this huge, or not drumming, percussion has this
Right.
had this huge resurgence. You mentioned we have a mutual friend, Belle Ritter,
Right.
and Annette Garcia.
Yes.
And I know that they've got a group that they put together.
Right.
It just seems like everyone's doing it now. Do you know like
Yeah.
what happened when everybody decided, hey, this is something that we want to get into?
Well, I think that it's always been around, but with the economy being the way it is now, a lot of times bands said they can't afford certain types of pieces. Certain key pieces are essential, your keyboardist, your bass player, your drummer, but the other things are added. They want them, but they may not be able to afford them. So unfortunately, sometimes you don't get a percussionist, but it didn't stop me from playing on my own. So,
Right, that's true. That's true. And
Yes.
I guess the training part of that, I always thought it was kind of odd. Like, how do you train someone to use the bongos or to be a drummer? But I guess it's just like any other instrument.
Right. Well, it's drums. It's drums of all kinds. There's African drums, there's Latin drums, there's marching drums. But the key component is that you are rhythmically attuned. You are listening to beats. I like texture. I like to listen to all kinds of sounds of nature. And things are just channeled through me. I never exactly know what to play, but it just comes. And a lot of times it comes in a way that I can repeat the same sounds in a segment, almost like a loop is created in my head.
Oh, wow.
But it's a gift. That's coming from the universe. That's not me.
Yeah. So are you writing the music for the band?
Not this particular set, but in the future I do have some pieces that I would like to, write for the band. I have
Okay.
some things that are in the works.
So you do any vocals at all, or?
I can, not particularly doing vocals this particular time, concentrating on the percussions, but, I'm sure at some point.
At some point?
Yes.
So it looks like, Phil, you've had the Eclectic Paradise the longest, or you've been in the band the longest, because you said it's been together for about 4 years. So why don't you explain that to our audience, or give us a little background on it?
It all started back when I was with a couple bands going back and forth, and I always had a heart for it. It's my passion. I just love being around different musicians talking about music. I get excited, you know what I mean? And
So which instrument do you play?
I play the drums. I do
Okay.
percussion too. I took classes in keys and stuff. I try to be like all around, you know what I'm saying? As a musician, I feel like, as musicians, you should want to learn everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I with the bands and stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of people not like, you with somebody and they're not serious. And, I take it real serious whenever I'm doing
You had a
it.
vision.
Yeah, and, people are not a part of my vision. So I was like, you know what? I think I need to create my own. And it took a while. It really took a while to find the right people, because everybody say, oh yeah, I could play, you know what I mean? And then you sit down and like, oh yeah, I don't know what you doing, but I mean, it took a while, and to find not only people that can play, but have the passion and the will to do it. You know what I mean? Like it's a growing pace. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks, okay, you make money right off the back. You know, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
yeah, so I met the keyboard player first, playing at a church. Actually, my mom asked me to come there, and then I met him. I was like, wow, this guy can play. And I just seeing his passion while playing, I was like, wow, like I love that. And we started talking, and we were like, okay, let's create it. And then, met bass player and everybody else, and then I met Sandra, actually. I guess what.
I saw him walking by one day with this backpack on, and it had was it Vic Firth on it?
That's how
Firth
things
is
are
a
jumping off in this town.
It's a drumstick company, and drummers know, the drum products. And I said, "What are you doing with that pack on your back?" And he said, "I'm a drummer." I said, "Oh yeah." So I play percussions, and so we kind of like,
You
started
hooked up?
talking.
Yeah.
So when you decided that you wanted to kind of go on your own way and start your own band, what was the vision in your mind's eye? Like, what did you have in mind?
I wanted to do. I didn't want to stick with just live music. I wanted to do studio sessions, just anything revolving around music. You know, that I can not only make money, but just in music, just in general. You know what I'm saying? Just doing anything. So I really much.
So if you were going to pick out the sound for people that are not so familiar, who are you? What's the band sounds like for the most part?
It's weird.
It's eclectic.
That's why I came up with it. You know,
Well, there you go.
It's eclectic.
it just brings you to another place. But
It's melodic.
Yes.
You know, it has a mix of jazz,
R&B.
R&B, but the most I guess influence is jazz. Jazz music. But we do everything. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess as you move forward, because I know this is like three separate parts to, I guess your ultimate vision, it's hard to come together and kind of find that right, the right sound.
Right.
So then when did Qu-Boii pop on the scene, or how did that,
Well,
you guys met in church, right? So it was
Well, I've known Phil since way back. So when I had heard he was making a band, and then I heard like probably about last year they had a show down at Terramina's, and they asked me to perform with them. So I'm like, all right, cool. He sent me some songs, some beats. We rehearsed, and then ever since then, when I perform with them, I'm like, yo, this is what I need. Because I'm coming up, especially as an artist. When it's time for you to perform, a lot of times the track is good, but when you have a band and you have the percussionists, you have the drums and the piano and even the trumpets, just when you have that all come together, nothing beats that.
Absolutely.
Nothing
You're
beats
totally
that.
right.
So when I met Priscilla at Z Studios, and we all started to come together, and I started to build myself up as an artist, and performances and getting the path that I want to go down in this, on the road of music, I was like, we got to start doing shows. I got to get my name out there. So they came to me, was like, we got to get this show together. We got to do 12 Grapes. We got to start home first. Once you get home, and when you have the people that really believe in you, you have a team that comes together and they have the same dream as you, and you guys work as hard together. There's no stopping you guys.
So you have an EP that's going to be coming out. What's the title of that?
The title of my EP is going to be called Who I Am. And I named it Who I Am only because I'm known here in Peekskill. But the more I perform and start doing my own videos and tracks and get myself out there, people are going to say, oh, you heard that new Qu-Boii? Oh, who is he? Who is he? So I wanted to name it Who I Am because now you get to know me through my music. You know, so, and once you get to know me through my music, then you know that you see how I act in the videos and just interviews. Like now, you know, I'm just, I love music. I'm just a naturally goofy person, you know. So you just get to know me on a more, I would say, intimate level through music. And it's going to be coming out within the next 2 months. You're going to hear different sounds, you know, R&B, some soul, hopefully, you know, a little pop, you know, just anything different, you know.
So these are all original songs
Yes,
that you've written and composed on your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the beats are produced, of course, by others, but the words are mine.
Okay. So you have, you know, a couple of performances you're going to be doing in town.
Yes.
And you're certainly, you know, 12 Grapes is a great venue for that. Because, you know, it's like you said, you know, like a local group that'll become like, you know, the big following and stuff.
Yes.
But I guess moving forward, what would you like to have happen with the band or with the group?
Moving
Other than just
forward,
making money, because we all want to make money.
Well, you know, we all want to make money, but at the same time, it's like I said, it's the money will come, you know, but when you have a group who want the same thing as you and who have the same passion and the same drive, and, you know, 9 times out of 10 when you have a band, you have different personalities. Sometimes it can go either way, but because I feel like we've known each other and we're starting together, when you start from the ground up and you start from the bottom, you make it to the top together. That's just where I want to go with it. You know, that's just my vision and the dream that I have, especially working with the band, you know, just traveling around the world, selling out tours, everybody screaming, Eclectic Paradise, we're coming to see you. You know, like, that's just my dream and how
Following
how
you.
I feel, just following us.
But, you know, I guess a lot of the work that goes into that, like, you know, when you say, because I'm not, you know, a singer and I'm not too familiar with the whole process of what's going on in Z Studios, so give me a kind of a sense of what that's like and, you know, what the process is over there for you as far as writing and the time that you spend there. Are they, you know, I guess mentoring you in a lot of ways?
Yeah.
Because you've been there for a while.
I've been there for a while. It's the time is you have to want it. You have to want it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people out here that have the same talent as you. You know what I'm saying? Or even better. But like they say, hard work always beats talent. But when you have that talent to match that hard work, you can't be stopped. You can't be beat. So we've been grinding, you know, late night rehearsals from like starting at 8 or 7, sometimes 7 till 2, 3 in the morning. We having to get up the next day for work, and you have to want it. You have to want it. That's all I could say.
So the practice was in preparation of the live performances
Yes.
that are going to be coming up.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The practices are definitely we're preparing for the shows coming up. You know, we have the 12 Grapes, which is it's gonna be our first show together. So we've been working hard for this, and we're glad. We were ecstatic to hear that it was sold out already, even before it's been sold out for like like a month and change, you know. So
look at that.
It's been sold out, so we're happy about that. That's why we're actually gonna have the second show September 7th for all those who can't come to the first show, and we encourage everyone to come to the first show to still even come to the second show.
Right.
You know, so we taking off. So
Yeah. So I guess like putting, I guess, your schedules together and some, you know, performances that you have coming up. I know that, you know, you're represented by, what's the name of the label that you guys are on?
BBM Breaking Bread Music.
Okay. So they just recently started that label, right?
I believe they've had it, but I just came into the mix. You know, like I said, when I started working with Z Studios, and I started been working with BBM and repping BBM probably for about a year.
So what are you doing, I guess, as far as social media? Because that's become such a huge part of moving a band forward and getting people to come to your engagements. So where do you stand on that, or how can people like look you up and like you on Facebook and things like that?
Well, we're like I said, we're a team together. So it's when you look at Facebook, I have about 1,000 friends that they don't have. They have about 1,000 friends that I don't have. So when we promote together, everybody knows, and sometimes you know everybody knows everybody. So when you have a whole bunch of people promoting you and who really believe in you, that's all you need. You know, Facebook, Instagram, you know, Vine is the new come up as well. So you have a lot of.
What is Vine about?
Vine is like they have these 6-second videos, and you can talk for as fast as you can for 6 seconds and try to help, and it keeps replaying itself. So
There was something that I saw on Vine. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was on I must have seen it like some type of downloading something or other. But basically, it's like YouTube,
Yeah.
right? Is it basically like YouTube?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But YouTube, you can YouTube is just longer. You know,
Right, you
YouTube
have
is
about 30
longer
minutes.
videos, even longer than that. You know, so
You
you
can
can
put
put
some hours
you can
on
put
it.
hours on YouTube.
Right.
Vine is 6 seconds.
You only have 6 seconds.
You only have 6 seconds. So whatever you need to say in this 6 seconds that you can't say in the next, you make this video, then on to the next video. And it's funny because the 6-second videos, it just repeats itself. So I can say, hi, my name is Qu-Boii, and I'm here from Peekskill. Hi, my name is Qu-Boii, I'm here from Peekskill. It just keeps
Okay,
repeating
so then
itself.
when somebody's flipping out,
bored.
yeah.
Right. So you got to really catch it from the beginning to, know what they say.
Yeah.
So as a group, do you have like the Qu-Boii and Eclectic Paradise band site? Are you going to be on CD Baby and things, of that nature?
Well, I think we're gonna actually start that now, being that this is really our first show together.
Right.
So that's definitely gonna be in the making.
You might want to get on that because as people
Yeah.
see this, they're going to want to like you on
Right.
Facebook
we
and stuff.
promoted, we promoted us together. This video, we have like a little collage of us, at one of our rehearsals on Facebook and everything like that. So people, if they don't know, they're gonna know.
Oh, sure.
Friday.
Right.
No, definitely. Especially we're from a small town, but there's so many things popping off with music and just
Yeah.
artists and various things.
Yeah.
This is just like a really crazy time here.
It is.
Here in the
And
surrounding towns as well. There's a couple of different music festivals that are coming up.
Definitely.
I've just been really psyched about the music scene here in the city.
Yeah.
Over the summer, there's been some great bands that I've been introduced to.
Right.
At the Peekskill Music Festival.
Yes.
So definitely that. I know that you're writing also, but I guess how did you start the writing component of this, or have you always been writing?
I used to, when I was younger, like back in I would say like middle school, even elementary school, I just started writing poems and stuff like that, So, and when I started to come up with music, I'm like, a lot of times you can take your poems and turn them into songs. So I would just write like little poems and here and there and try to sing, and even I had this friend who growing up, he used to sing, so we used to try to make up songs, and my mom she sings a little bit, so she used to help us write songs, and then my grandmother used to teach me, here and there, because my grandmother, that's kind of where I get my music inspiration from, because I remember as a child growing up, I used to go to my grandmother's house, and she would just sing to me, and she would write, and I would, memorize her songs, and she would just have them sing in front of the family, and she had this little keyboard, and she used to try to make me play, and I'm like, Grandma, I don't know what I'm doing. And she was like, just give me your hand and just teach me how to play. But that's where I kind of started writing. And then as I got older, like in high school, that's when I really started writing songs, because we had this thing called Spirit Day. So Spirit Day was like the battlegrounds for us every year. We all
Like
come
a battle
together.
of the bands.
Yes, we all come together. We dance. We make up dances. We make up steps. We make up class songs. So it was very fun for us. And to me, I love that, because it made me grow in music as well, and it was my comfort zone. I love music, so I used to write the class songs for us, and everybody loved the class songs, so I was popping.
Yeah. So for now, the people that would like to know more about you, or possibly have you book you for any engagements, they need to contact Priscilla Augustine at Z Recording Studios.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
And their website is www.zrecordingstudio.com.
I believe so.
Is that correct? Okay, yes. And is there anything else the audience should know as far as contacting you moving forward? Any websites that you currently have, Facebook, anything like that?
Well, you can look for me on Facebook, Qu-Boii, Quboi, Instagram, Quboi. My Twitter is under the weather. I don't really use it like that, but I'm going to remake one, so most likely it would be Qu-Boii. But
Right, one for the band.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely we're going to have one together, our own fan page and everything, so.
So awesome, definitely you're going to be seeing my face popping up at some of the performances. Be excited to do that. And
Yes.
so you'll be playing together moving forward. Is it going to be just Qu-Boii and the Eclectic Paradise?
I would believe so, or, I don't want it to be like they're following me because they were, already together.
Right.
But of course, we're gonna be Eclectic Paradise.
Like Rufus or Shaka Khan,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck made me pull that out of my head. Right?
Good reference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Good reference.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're
Because
gonna be there.
Rufus was popping before Shaka
yes.
Khan,
Right. I actually
Definitely.
met him once when I was doing a gig in Kentucky in a little hole in the wall kind of club or whatever. But
I actually saw a documentary. I think it was on Centric TV
Yeah.
with Shaka Khan, and I was just really surprised. I don't think I've
Wow.
ever seen her in such a full-length interview. So it was just really informative.
Right, right.
So I want to thank you for coming on the show. I'm
you
looking
for
forward
having
to
us.
seeing you live.
Yes.
You've got me all excited. I hope my viewers are excited to come and find you
Yes.
and see you at 12 Grapes and get all that information. So, Living Arts audience, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'll just take a really hot moment just to thank the crew and everyone that has been watching the show. This is our 3-year anniversary, and we would love doing this. And, take a minute, if you haven't already, to like us on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow these guys. Some great stuff is going to be happening with them, and you heard it here first. Thank you. Peace.
You need that. Believe that. I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you've ever had. I hit you with the best stroke, freestyle, that's the breaststroke, till you blow cigarette smoke, and now the bass broke. So what we gonna do now? Fuck around too now. Work it out, then we cool down, baby. Tonight's the night I let you know, baby. Tonight, the night we lose control, baby. Tonight, you need that. Believe that. I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be
Big Mom.
the best you've ever had.
What I do to deserve a girl of your kind. Also what I do to lose you. Such a curious mind. So many things I wanna ask you. How you let this pass you? How long did you think that this relationship gon' last you? It's just some questions on my mind I thought I'd ask, yo. Before last night, it's been a while since we last spoke. You got a new nigga, can't say I hope it lasts. But waiting on your ass, I don't want it to be my last hope. You fly girl, I ain't gon' lie girl. I promise that I'd do anything to call you my girl. But right now, it's like I hardly even like you. Shit, we arguing and fighting, is it all worth the while, girl? While you was watching me, I was stressing some other chick. And now you want some other shit. Making up lies and you trying to cover it. Baby, I ain't complaining, ain't lying, I'm kinda loving it.
Tonight's the night I let you know, baby. Tonight, the night we lose control, baby. Tonight, you need that. Believe that. I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you've ever had. I don't wanna brag, but I'll be the best you've ever had.